Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today I'm actually quite excited to be looking at X-Men Decimation Omnibus. Decimation was probably a very key time for me as an X-Men collector, because I was really into this sort of era. This is when, as an adult, I was on board for everything. So this is a very, very nice time for me. So I know that Decimation isn't everybody's fan favorite, but I liked it. However, there are a couple things that Marvel, I feel, maybe missed a trick with this omnibus, or this collection of omnibuses, and I say oversized hardcover because this isn't in it. House of M8 and MUTOPIA X, if I got it right, number 5, is already in this omnibus. Then, just to top it off, they've got New Avengers 16 to 20, if I've got my remembrance hat on properly, in here. And I'm not sure if they're just trying to fill out issues. I mean, in reality, that New Avengers that in reality should be in here in my mind. Completely agree with that. And perhaps shouldn't have been in here, and perhaps this should have been a smaller omnibus. But would we have accepted this as much? I always feel like they just could have done 1 and 2, whatever, just to make it easier. But they seem to have made 3 omnibuses more complicated than they needed to be. And my biggest gripe of looking at this, and I looked at it again, and I looked at the contents, I kept looking at the contents, even before I got this omnibus, I was like, why is that not in there? Why is not X-Men Civil War 1 to 4 in this omnibus? In my mind, it should be in there, because that is how the 198 story sort of finishes. It climaxes in here with them running away from the mansion, and Sentinels and Bishop sort of chasing them, and the original X-Men, or the 4 of them, trying to be heroes, etc. And it seemed like the perfect ending to the 198 Decimation stories as a whole. So I find it bizarre that these 4 issues aren't in here, yet we've got New Avengers in here, which in my mind perhaps should be in here and not here. There is still plenty of room in this book for it to be in there. So anyway, I've done enough moaning. All right, the Civil War, I wouldn't add the Wolverine stuff in there or anything else. That doesn't belong in there, in my opinion. But just those 4 issues, I felt like they did. So for once in a very long time, I've actually gone with the direct market cover, which I think is House of M number 8, if I've got my once again my brain working properly. And the reason I did this was because, for some reason, everywhere I turned, this book, it's been going for a ridiculous price in the UK. It's been over 100 quid. It doesn't seem to have gone down, and the only couple of places I could find it were Forbidden Planet, which I still keep an eye on stuff there, but I don't really buy there anymore because shipping's bumped up and whatnot. But that seemed to be the cheapest option. I thought, well, you know what, if I'm doing this, I might as well get the direct market cover. I'm gonna make the most of this, because I do miss buying direct market covers, because that's what I enjoy collecting the most. So we got this nice cover on here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I love the side. I tell you why I love the side, because Bishop is there. And Bishop is pivotal to some of these Decimation stories. Oh, just going back to House of M number 8 and MUTOPIA X, I can only think that there are elements of Decimation in there, and that's why they're in here. But yeah, once again, I feel like if you're getting this book, sorry, I'm going on a rant again. If you're getting this book, you are already invested in the House of M universe. This is sort of the aftermath of that. So only those folks would be getting this, or real X fans would understand to get this book. I don't think you would be getting this for new readers or anything. So anyway, this collects House of M number 8, Mutant X number 5, Decimation House of M the day after X-Men 177, 179, New X-Men 20 to 24. I really hope one day we get that in omnibus form. You know, you can have 2 volumes, like volume 1 is Academy, volume 2 is Childhood End, because I tell you what, that was the best run of Decimation that I can recall. Sorry, I've gone on a tangent. X Factor 1 to 4. Yes, we've already got this in Peter Davison's book. However, it does begin here because it's one of the reasons why X Factor begins. They start investigating what happened with why did everybody lose their powers. They're trying to learn it, and I think they find out in Civil War, funny enough, which actually has issues 8 to 9. So you would have a gap if that was shoved in here. So sorry, carrying on. Generation M 1 to 5. Son of M, which is around Quicksilver, who's lost his powers and he uses the Terrigen Mist. The 198, which is pretty awesome, 1 to 5. Sentinel Squad ONE. I really enjoyed that 1 to 5. I remember when I was collecting these graphic novels off this, that was the hardest book to find. And then we got New Avengers 16 to 20. Boo. X-Men Unlimited 13. And the X-Men, the 198 files. Right, so let me just carefully tick this off. I haven't... Oh, wow, that is nice. So we have the creators. So this is all... Apologies, my light didn't really shine up. This is all the talented team that were involved around that time on various different books. And then... just a synthesis. So mutants all over the world have become an extinct race as they have lost their powers. So this is from New X-Men. So this is the New X-Men, and this will probably be in the aftermath of one of their cars being exploded, one of their buses being exploded. I'm sorry, I try not to ruin it. It perhaps happens in this, I'm not sure. So let me try and do the most difficult part of all. Get this in a position where I can start opening it up without knocking everything over. Okay, we've got a good basis to start on. Wow, that's nice. That just reveals everything. Them carrying a coffin, and then we've got who is doing what. So we had a very talented Craig Cowell and Christopher Yost on New X-Men. Yeah, come on. Oh my god, I'm sorry. God, that was terrible. Oh, there we go. That's what I was talking about. That's the direct cover. Right, let me get my... How am I going to do this? So, they finish up the world, and then pretty much we get back. Yeah, so this is, I guess, why it's there, because they are back on Earth. So in some ways you could say that makes sense, but I can't understand anybody buying this who hasn't already got House of M. Stay still, camera, stay still. Okay, so let me just, yeah, so straight into the X-Men. Yeah, Jubilee lost her powers. I actually really liked Peter Milligan's X-Men. I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. I think I'm just biased when it comes to this era, because I was so invested in everything going on at the time that perhaps maybe that's why. And obviously Wolverine remembers everything as well. So, you know, it led on to other things. So Wolverine's solo series, which once again I was very heavily invested. New X-Men, so some of the school students started getting, sorry, I mean, spoilers. It's hard not to predict these things, and sometimes I'm talking because I'm so excited. So I do try not to ruin it where possible. So, yeah, lots going on. Very cool. Yeah, and then Warren pretends that he's lost his powers. I don't think he did not lose his powers. So, yeah, so this is a very, very good book, but only if you are interested in what happened after House of M, to be fair. If you're not, then you're not really going to be bothered. So, yeah, so the 198 are basically is basically a majority of the mutants living in camps on Xavier's grounds, and then obviously they have the Sentinels as well. And this is why I'm a tad bit disappointed that X-Men 1 to 4 in there, because it really does finish off that story completely. So, and then, you know, I liked House of Son of M as well. Quicksilver trying to find himself again, and he does some unspeakable things in X Factor as well. And then, yeah, we've got this again, which makes sense for it to be in here. I just wish it wasn't in the House of M companion, because, you know, they could have easily skipped that, perhaps. And then we got the Sentinel stuff at the end. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed that as well. I enjoyed the characters, and then pretty much they killed him off in Messiah Complex, if I remember correctly. Go, and is that it? There we go, and then we just have some files, which I think is great. I did like it. I did like this. You know, this was great at the time, especially if you were new to X-Men. You can find out who everybody is. Then at the back, they've got some character drawings, some variant covers, and then, oh no, that's just carrying on that a bit. So carefully, yeah. So that's pretty much it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so very, very happy to have this. Also, like I said, a little bit disappointed that I didn't get, and maybe it's just me being me saying, well, I want this, but I'm surprised that Marvel haven't had that in there. You know, and I don't think that being in here would have replaced my Civil War X-Men book, because I've still got some Wolverine content in there that I did like as well. So yeah, very, very happy to have this. Very happy to complete all three of these together. Before I jump off, let me just put all three spines next to each other. Okay, so just to wrap up my video, here are all the three spines together. So I mean, House of M, I mean, it doesn't say X-Men or anything, and, you know, you could argue that actually it's a crossover with Avengers, if you want. I still feel like it's an X event, but this specifically has the X-Men and then Decimation like that. I feel like that would have been cool flipped over. You could literally just have Decimation, but perhaps those who don't understand Decimation, I mean, people could look at this and not understand it, but then they would see Magneto. And I'm not saying Bishop is an unknown character. He's very well known, but some people, new collectors, perhaps wouldn't recognize it. But I still feel like Decimation there would have been very cool. But hey, like I said, I'm not getting everything that I want with this omnibus. And I still have my oversized hardcover of X-Men. It is what it is. Maybe that will be dropped into another omnibus. I can't remember who wrote those 4 issues, to be fair. I have to double check. But hey, there we go. I'm glad to have this in my collection. I'm glad that it's been given the omnibus collection, and House of M as well. You know, it's nice to have it all in 3 books in my mind. As a collector, it makes me very, very happy to have this achieved. So anyway, hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you everybody that subscribed. Sorry if I'm rambling. Take care of yourself. Embrace the geekiness. Goodbye, folks.